She is sure. She is sure. She is strong. She is strong. She is true. She is true. She is brave. She is brave. She is bold. She is bold. She is you. She is you. She is you. She is you. She is sure. She is sure. She is strong. She is strong. She is true. She is true. She is brave. She is brave. She is bold. She is bold. She is you.
You're tuned in to Word of Mom Radio here on the Word of Mom Media Network.
Welcome back to Building Your Empire with SophieZo, hosted on the Word of Mom Media Network. This is Sophie Zolman, the owner and founder of FMD Strategic Partners and the host of the show. Today, we're diving into something many service providers struggle with, finding that perfect balance between authentic connection and professional boundaries. How do you be genuine without sharing too much? How do you build real relationships while maintaining appropriate distance? We'll explore how fractional marketing departments help you navigate this delicate balance. Imagine a successful therapist with years of experience helping clients through personal trauma. She's built a thriving practice and genuinely transforms lives. Yet in her marketing, she appears almost robotically professional. Formal language, generic messaging, and a complete absence of her own humanity. Potential clients see credentials, but feel no connection. They recognize expertise, but question whether she truly understands their reality. Conversely, consider the wellness coach who shares absolutely everything. Detailed accounts of personal health struggles, family challenges, financial difficulties, and emotional breakdowns. While initially engaging, this overwhelming transparency creates unintended consequences. Clients begin to wonder, if they're still dealing with all these issues, can they really help me? Are they stable enough to guide my journey? This tension plays out across the service provider industry every day. Finding the sweet spot between sterile professionalism and inappropriate oversharing challenges even the most experienced practitioners. Now, this brings us to our first key element, sharing the real story behind your brand. This goes beyond listing your credentials or company history. We're talking about revealing the authentic purpose and values that drive your work. Consider the case of a financial advisory firm founded by someone who witnessed their parents lose everything in retirement due to poor planning. For years, their marketing featured only credentials and service descriptions. Nothing distinguished them from the countless other advisors making identical claims about expertise and client care. A fractional marketing department might transform their approach by thoughtfully crafting the founder's story, not as a dramatic personal expose, but as a meaningful origin that explains their deep commitment to financial security. This story creates context for their expertise, explaining not just what they do, but why they do it with such dedication. What makes this approach particularly powerful is how it transforms the client's perception. They're no longer just selecting services. They're connecting with a purpose they can believe in and people they can trust. Think about how this might apply to your service business. Behind your expertise likely lies a meaningful journey. Perhaps it's a transformative experience, a problem you encountered and solved, or a need you identified. When properly shared, this story creates connection without compromising professionalism. But here's what many miss about sharing brand stories. It's not about dramatic details or emotional manipulation. It's about authentic relevance. A fractional marketing department excels at identifying which elements of your story meaningfully connect to client needs while maintaining appropriate boundaries. Imagine a law firm specializing in small business formation. Their fractional marketing department might identify that the founding attorney's experience building several businesses before becoming a lawyer represents a meaningful differentiator, not because it's emotionally intense, but because it creates genuine understanding of client challenges. They might craft the story to highlight specific insights gained through that experience rather than personal struggles or setbacks that don't really serve the audience. By thoughtfully sharing the meaningful elements of your origin and purpose, you create authentic connection without inappropriate exposure. The second key element is letting people in to build trust through selective transparency. This goes beyond just telling your brand story. It's about creating ongoing glimpses into your approach, thinking, and values that continuously deepen connection. Picture a healthcare practice that maintained completely formal communication with prospects and patients. Their expertise was unquestionable, but people felt like they were engaging with an institution rather than human care providers. The distance created unnecessary barriers to trust. A fractional marketing department might transform their approach by strategically letting people in, perhaps sharing their providers' thinking about current healthcare challenges, showing behind the scenes glimpses of their collaborative approach, or revealing the questions they encourage patients to ask. This selective transparency creates trust without exposing sensitive information or inappropriate personal details. What makes this approach particularly powerful is how it shifts the relationship dynamic. When you selectively let people in, you transform from distant authority to trusted guide, maintaining expertise while adding approachability. Consider how this applies to your services. What aspects of your thinking, approach, or environment could you share to create meaningful connection? Perhaps it's your philosophy about client partnerships, your approach to solving problems, or values that guide your decisions. These elements create trust without oversharing. But here's what many miss about letting people in: it's not about quantity, it's about strategic selection. Fractional marketing departments excel at identifying which specific elements create meaningful connection while maintaining appropriate boundaries. Imagine a consulting practice that traditionally kept all methodologies and thinking completely private. Their fractional marketing department might identify opportunities to selectively share thought processes that demonstrate expertise, perhaps explaining the 3 questions they always consider when approaching a new challenge, or sharing the values framework they use when helping clients navigate difficult decisions. These glimpses create connection without giving away proprietary approaches or inappropriate details. By strategically letting people in, you build authentic relationships while maintaining professional boundaries. And the third and final key element we'll cover today is very crucial. It's practicing thoughtful transparency that maintains appropriate boundaries. This goes beyond knowing what to share. It's about developing frameworks that consistently guide these decisions. Think about an accounting firm that struggles with client communications. Either they shared almost nothing about processes and decisions, creating client anxiety, or they overwhelmed clients with every minor detail and internal decision, creating confusion and uncertainty. Finding the middle ground seemed impossible. A fractional marketing department might address this by developing transparency frameworks, clear guidelines about what information creates client value, what perspectives generate meaningful connection, and what details remain appropriately private. These frameworks ensure consistency while allowing authentic communication. What makes thoughtful transparency particularly effective is how it creates predictable, appropriate boundaries. Clients understand what they can expect to see and what remains private professional territory. Consider how this applies to your service business. What information genuinely serves your clients and prospects? What perspectives create meaningful connection without crossing professional lines? What details are best kept private, not from secrecy, but from thoughtful boundary setting? But here's what many miss about transparency frameworks. They're not rigid rules, but thoughtful guidelines that evolve with context. Fractional marketing departments excel at developing flexible frameworks that maintain appropriate boundaries while allowing authentic connection. Imagine a mental health practice whose practitioners were individually determining what to share about their approaches, creating inconsistent experiences across the practice. Their fractional marketing department might develop guidelines that identify appropriate professional sharing, perhaps discussions of therapy approaches in general terms, perspectives on well-being that inform their work, or values that guide their practice. These guidelines would simultaneously identify inappropriate sharing, personal struggles unrelated to professional insight, details about other clients, or unresolved challenges that might undermine client confidence. By implementing thoughtful transparency frameworks, you create consistent authenticity that builds trust while maintaining appropriate boundaries. Now let's talk about how these three elements work together to create authentic connection without oversharing. Your brand story creates a foundation for relationships. Selective glimpses build ongoing connection. Transparency frameworks ensure appropriate boundaries. Together, they create authentic marketing that genuinely connects without crossing professional lines. Now consider how this integration might work for a wellness provider. Their authentic brand story explains their commitment to holistic approaches. Selective transparency shares their thinking about integrating different wellness modalities. Clear boundaries ensure they don't inappropriately share personal health journeys or client details. The resulting marketing feels genuinely human while maintaining complete professionalism. And this brings us to something I often hear from service providers. Any personal sharing make me seem less professional? The reality is quite the opposite. Today's clients actively seek authentic connection with the people behind the services they choose. The absence of appropriate humanity often creates more concerns than thoughtful sharing. Think about implementation in practice. A fractional marketing department typically begins by identifying the meaningful elements of your brand story that create relevant connections. They then develop ongoing opportunities for selective transparency that build relationships. Finally, they create clear frameworks that ensure consistency and appropriate boundaries. The beauty of this balanced approach is how it resolves the tension between authenticity and professionalism. Instead of seeing these as competing forces, you recognize them as complementary elements of effective client relationships. Your expertise deserves to be trusted through authentic connection. Your services deserve to be valued by clients who feel they know the real people behind the brand. And your marketing should create genuine relationships while maintaining the professional boundaries that ultimately serve both you and your clients. Alrighty, that's all I've got for you today. So until next time, remember that true authenticity isn't about sharing everything. It's about sharing the right things that create meaningful connection while respecting professional boundaries. Ready to transform your marketing with strategies that create authentic connection without inappropriate oversharing? Schedule your free digital success session at www.sophiezocalendar.com. Thanks for stopping by on the Word of Mom Media Network. And now, of course, it's time to close this episode out with our theme song from the Smith Sisters and the Sunday Drivers. I look forward to seeing you all next week.
She is sure, she is sure, she is strong, she is strong, she is true, she is true. She is brave, she is brave, she is bold, she is bold, she is you, she is you, she is you, she is you. She is sure, she is sure, she is strong, she is strong, she is true, she is true. She is brave, she is brave, she is bold, she is bold, she is you, she is you, she is you, she is you. Sure of herself, yeah, she takes care of biz, powerful and strong, yeah, she knows who she is, has integrity, woman strong and true. You know her by name, see this woman is you. She is sure, she is sure, she is strong, she is strong, she is true, she is true. She is brave, she is brave, she is bold, she is bold, she is you, she is you, she is you, she is you. She is sure, she is sure, she is strong, she is strong, she is true, she is true. She is brave, she is brave, she is bold, she is bold, she is you, she is you, she is you, she is you. Adds value and hope, has proved to be brave. See, it's never too late, never time to behave. Reaching for dreams, doesn't matter the age. Believes in herself, unleashed from her cage. She is sure, she is sure, she is strong, she is strong, she is true, she is true. She is brave, she is brave, she is bold, she is bold, she is you, she is you, she is you, she is you. She is sure, she is sure, she is strong, she is strong, she is true, she is true. She is brave, she is bold, she is bold, she is you.